What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another day of our our open esports sessions here at Black Rocket. As we usually do, we go over the blackrocket.com/online. First and foremost, we do have the virtual open houses that have been completed. However, you could always check out the VODs of those up on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/BRP clips. And then, of course, we do have the open play esports sessions that we are running right now, which we also do every weekday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Today, we are going to be playing Sembly. So before I get into the rest of it, if you guys do want to crack Sembly open, if you want to get that ready, you can do that right now. Other premium content is going to be the online learning and live coaches. Those are the sampler courses that we do have going on. We have the gaming and coding sampler. I think we are on the gaming sampler now. You will have to fact check me on that one. However, if you do want that, that's going to be about an hour long during the weekday. You do get a little bit of a feel for the courses. And then, of course, there is the self-guided VR quest, which is using co-spaces. You get your own VR headset. It's at your own pace, so that's really nice. And you could really go anywhere you want with that. You could do anything you want. So that's what's cool about that. And that is blackrocket.com/online. If you do want to register for June classes, registration has opened. Most classes are going to be online. I believe all of them. Maybe some locations are trying to run in person. However, it does seem like they will be online for the most part. However, that is not going to take away from the experience that you will get because the material is going to be exactly the same. So don't shy away from that. They're going to be great. So that's that. So today, again, we are playing Sembly. So to play Sembly, super duper easy. All you need is a web browser. You could play it in a Chromebook. You don't have to download anything. So all you have to do is go to blackrocket.com/esports. And once you get here, you will see that this is our page that we always go to because we have Sembly and Battle Royale. All you have to do is click on the Play Now right under Sembly. And that's going to open up Sembly. However, I already do have it prepped and ready to go, but it didn't finish loading because it was in the background. So we are going to wait for our Sembly to get loading. And again, don't be scared if it does get to here because it is still loading. It's not like it stopped. It's not like anything froze. It does just take a few seconds once it does get to that end of the bar. Once it gets to the end of the line. So again, with Sembly, one-on-one games, I'm going to be popping in and casting. If you guys aren't able to get into an initial match that we do have on stream, you could always make your own match, and we will try to hop into that as well. So again, don't shy away from doing anything on your own because Sembly is a lot more different than Battle Royale. Games go by quicker. I could hop into multiple matches. And yeah. So I am in. I'm going to just sign in real quick. And I am good to go. So here we go. Here we go. Our first room code of the day is going to be EQJX. So this is our first room code. Someone made this room and we are going to hop straight on into it. And again, if you guys want to join, all you have to do is go to play private join and then type in the room code EQJX. If you want to do quick play, you can play quick play with someone else. It'll just match you up with someone else looking for quick play. But that will feed us a room code that we could use in order to join and spectate your match. So make sure that you guys do that as well. And yeah, hopefully we get some good games today. We've had a lot of close games in Sembly and in Battle Royale. So it's been a pretty exciting week, really, for the most part. It has been basically a whole week of straight competition. Haven't had any blowouts or anything. Well, we've had some, but not too many. So again, we are waiting on someone to join this room. So again, guys, don't be scared to join. All you gotta do is just go to play private join. EQJX. Looks like someone did join. So we are in a gem race lobby right now. So the way that gem race works, for those of you that don't know, is each player drafts 5 items and they can only use the 5 items that they draft. So as you can see here, player one's items are on top, player two's items are on bottom. Both players pick a map, and then it randomly selects from the two, and then both players also build on the same map. So there's going to be items from player one and player two on the same exact map. So that's going to be the most exciting part about gem race. Also with gem race, the items spawn, I mean not the items, the gems spawn in random locations. You can see the potential locations that they do spawn in. However, for the most part, you're not going to really know where that they spawn in. So you really do have to kind of prepare yourself for each and every scenario. As you can see, there's about maybe like 15 different gem spawns here. But you only need 4 gems to win, or at least, to win. The way normal works is you build on your own map, and then you play each map. You play your map and the other player's map, and whoever is able to get the gems fastest with a faster overall time wins. That you get a point bonus for how quick you get the gems too. So that usually adds up. However, in gem race, it doesn't matter what time you get them in. All that matters is that you get them. So you do have to make sure you're quick. You prepare well with your items. You know what spots to avoid, what spots to go by. And someone left a match. So there we go. So we will get another game going, of course. Hopefully the next player that joins does not leave. And then we will be good to go. But yeah, so the big thing with gem race is that the gems do spawn in random locations. So it's usually better off, instead of preparing for each and every gem because you don't know where they're going to spawn in, to sort of just block off certain areas and certain pathways, because that's going to make it harder for your opponent. And if you know the way to get there, it's going to make it easier for you. So that is a very, very smart idea. That's how I play gem race. And again, make sure to make your own rooms if you guys want. We could hop into your rooms. If you have a friend online and you guys want to play, just start a private room, get that going. We could hop in, spectate that, we'll cast that. And if you don't have any friends on, you can, of course, do the quick play, where if someone else does quick play, it'll match you guys up, similar to how regular matchmaking works. So again, make sure that you guys do make your room codes, and we will be good for it. We will be good to go. So we do have a room code right now. We got UUEB as our room. Wait. We have NJWY as our room code. So there we go. We do got that. We do find a room. So if you guys do want to hop in, make sure that you guys hop on into it. Again, the room code is NJWY. And once you get in there, you will be good to go. I'm not sure if this is a gem race, normal, or fast match. However, once someone does join, we will be able to figure out based on what's going on. So again, shout out to Fishy. You have been in here before. I believe you were playing Battle Royale yesterday. So shout out on your return. So again, we are just waiting on one more person to join this. Again, the room code is NJWY. So again, guys, you are already on the YouTube channel. So when you are on the YouTube channel, make sure that you guys do hit the subscribe button, because we are going to be putting out some more content. We're going to be putting out the VODs, of course, for all of these streams up there. So if you do get on, if you get a chance to play and you do want to watch it over, make sure you subscribe so you will get the notification when those are up. So we do have our game going. This is going to be a normal match. So the way that normal matches work is both players, as you can see here, draft 2 items. The final item is voted on by the viewers. So if you do want to vote, make sure you do head over to Sembly, log in, go to spectate, and then vote, and then type in the room code NJWY, and you will be able to actually vote on that 5th item. You can also vote on the different events that happen throughout the match. So you could vote on this far out, lights out, the rotate, or earthquake. There's probably more, but I am not 1,000% sure on the other. I think there's one more where it's like close up, but yeah. So you guys are able to vote on those, and of course that final item. So normal also is a little bit more different than Gem Race, because the map is going to be power plant. However, both players are able to put their own items down on their own map only. So player 1 cannot put items down on player 2's map, and vice versa, of course. So each map is going to be unique to the players. They do player 1's map first, player 2's map second. And the way it works is that you know where all 4 gems are going to spawn, and then there's one big gem at the end. So you have to get all 4 and then the big one. You get a point bonus based on how fast you get the gem. So if you get the gem in 1 second or super quick, let's say you get 800 points. And then if player 2 gets the gem in like 10 seconds, say they get 700 points. It kind of works like that. If they grab them at the same time, then they get the same points. And you don't have to grab them in any order. You just have to get all 4 of the little ones before you get the big one. So it's not too hard to understand, but it does get hard to kind of go through these maps. And another big thing that I do have to mention, because we have to clarify this a lot, is that in normal, you are only able to use the hammer to break objects on the opposing player's map. So in Gem Race, you're able to actually break your own items. However, in normal, you can only do it on the other player's map. So you cannot break your own items at all in normal, only on the other player's map and their items. So again, you got to make sure for that. You got to watch out, because sometimes we do see some players sort of lock in a gem. Like say they just put like a sticky block all around this gem, so they're trying to block it off so no one could get it. However, the other player is actually able to break the block and get through and get that gem. So you do have to just make sure that you are watching out for that. You do have to make sure that you aren't doing any kind of silly mistakes like that. And yeah, then you should be good. But again, the reason why we do give the hammer in the first place to only the opponent is because you are going through their map. You're going through your opponent's map. So using a hammer can benefit you in a lot of ways. But the only thing that you have to make sure is on your map that you make it really, really tough. So even if they do use the hammer, they're still going to have to go through a few obstacles that make it pretty hard. So it does look like only player 2 has put some stuff down today. So we do got player 2 putting some moving blocks down, some springs, lock and key block, the crusher, moving block, and the sticky block. Already up to about half of their items. Player 1 not putting anything down. So I'm not sure. We have seen in the past players not put anything down. We usually see it in fast match. However, here we have it in normal game. And then they kind of just race to the gem and kind of just hope that they are faster than their opponent. Now, I am personally not a fan of that strategy, because I feel like you have to make your opponent easy. I mean, you have to make your map easy for you and hard for your opponent. And what I mean by that is kind of trap them in certain ways. So right here, let's say you do something silly like over here to make it so the only way to get around it is by going up or dropping down or something like that. Because you want to just have that advantage over your opponent. You kind of want to lead them into a trap. You kind of want to block areas off. You want to make gems hard to get. So with you creating the map, you should have the knowledge right there. So again, this is going to be player 2's map. Player 1 has not put anything down. So player 2's map is kind of stacked. Player 1's map is like a desert. So we are going to get started in about 5 seconds. We will exit the build phase and enter the play phase. So here we go. We are going live. Player one's map. Let's see if they are here. Hopefully they are here. So they are here. So they purposely chose not to put anything down. So we are going to see how this really ends up for them. Player two grabbing the first gem already. So player two is making some quick work of player one's map so far with those no items. So maybe player one is starting to regret his strategy. However, they are slowly making their way around. Ooh, and they accidentally fell down. That is quite unfortunate. We do have player two grabbing 3 gems so far. They only need one more. I believe it is the one all the way at the top. Not really sure what happened. Oh, they dropped pretty low. So I believe the last gem that they need is gonna be the one at the top, or it could be this one in the middle. I'm not sure the order in which the players did grab the gems, but we do have player one grabbing their first gem as well. So let's see if they are able to get some more, and if they are able to get some more, maybe they will have better luck on the second map, and maybe they could kind of force a comeback. However, it does look like they did fall all the way back down again. So we do have player two grabbing 4 out of the 5 gems, and now they do grab that 5th and final gem. So right now we have player two leading by a score of 5 gems to 1. However, again, it is not the gems that matter. It is going to be your score. It is going to be your points. But this is player two's map. So if player one has any chance of getting back in the game, they are going to have to really quickly grab the gems on this map, which is going to be hard again because this is player two's map. So they are most likely going to make quick work of it. So here we do have both of our players. Player one getting around. Okay, so far no one has grabbed a gem yet. It does look like player two is trying to get that, but they are unfortunately missing the that jump. So now we do see player one breaking some blocks to grab a gem. Very clever on them because they were able to now bypass that lock block. However, the unfortunate part is that you definitely are going to have to grab that key at some point in time, basically because they made it so this one you had to break 2, that one you could break 1, but then here you also have to break 2. So if you do want to maximize your points, obviously you break this one, you grab that one, but then you do have to grab the key, and the key is also hidden. The key is hidden right behind this toxic barrel. It's a yellow key, so it's pretty hard to kind of see that. So we do have player two, after they're grabbing that key, kind of making quick work of their map. And again, one thing that I have yet to mention is that by pressing R, you are able to tactically reset back to the beginning. So if you are having trouble, if you are stuck, or if you accidentally overshoot the platform here, or this wall jump or something like that, or you kind of get knocked down, you can always press R for the tactical reset. So we do have player two grabbing 4 gems, and they are actually able to grab all 5 gems. So player 2 grabbing all 5 gems on both maps. Big shout out to player 2. And also shout out to player 1. However, maybe next time you may want to build on your map, because again, that strategy can come back to bite you. So we are going to get another room going for you guys in just a second. Once we do get a room code in, I will announce it, and I will, of course, also hop into it. So again, that room code will be in just a second. In uno momento. So the room code is going to be ZYXZ. So if you do want to play, make sure you just go to play private join ZYXZ as the room code. And that, again, that is a room code made by you guys. So oh, someone did hop in. This is also a fast match. So you do have a fast game going on for you guys. So the way that fast matches work is you get 5 automatically assigned items up at the top. I believe they are random each time. And then you get 30 seconds to kind of build your own map. But then it does work like normal, where each player can build their own map, and then you have to play both. So it does work like that, and whoever is able to grab the gem the fastest wins, basically. So if player 1 on their map is able to grab the gem in 11 seconds, but player 2 on their map is able to grab the gem in 10 seconds, then they will win. But then, obviously, if you grab both gems on both maps, you will also win. So you do got to be sure you watch out. Do you have player 1? We are on player 1's map first. Looks like that is player 1. They do take the low route, while we do have player 2 trying to get this wall jump right here. However, they are kind of getting stuck by that switch block. It should be good for them to kind of wall jump over to the other side. However, they are not able to. Both players look like they are struggling with these switch blocks. Again, the switch blocks can be pretty annoying. We can't really see it. However, each time you do pass over those switch blocks, they will either shut off or they will turn back on. So we do have player 1 grabbing the gem at the last possible second for a score of 301. So if player 2 is able to grab this gem on their map before player 1, they should be able to take home the victory. So here we have, again, both players making their way across. Looks like they are still struggling with that wall jump right here. But player 2, I believe, is able to start to make it across. Let's see what they're going for here. It does look like they are trying to hit another wall jump. It looks like they are running out of time. They should have just went low. However, they are running low on time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It does not look like anyone. Oh, player 1 is able to grab the gem at the last second again. I believe you do get 301 points for doing that, so they were able to get 602 for completing both maps with 1 second to spare. So again, that map was a lot closer than it did seem because, again, we did have both gems coming down to the final second. However, it did look like player 2 was struggling a little bit on those wall jumps, so it does take practice to get better. But in due time. But we, again, are going to get another game going for you guys. No worries here. Again, those fast matches fly by very, very quickly. So, of course, we got some more in the tank for you guys. We do got TKCR is going to be the room code. Again, not sure what game mode this is. It is hard to tell when we are just kind of hopping into rooms. So again, if you guys do want to join, make sure you press on play and then join private or play private join TKCR. So we are hopping right on in. We do have a gem race game for you guys. So we have not played gem race yet. The first gem race game we tried to play, I believe player 1 or player 2 actually dropped out of it. So we do have a game here, gem race. Again, we haven't played gem race, so I'll explain it very, very quickly. Basically, both players pick a map. It randomly selects one map from these two. And then, as opposed to normal, where you know where the gems are going to spawn, with gem race, it's random. So it shows you the random locations that they could spawn in. However, you don't know which ones are going to spawn in where. So it does kind of come down to preparing and kind of just making sure that you block off certain areas as best you can to make it easier for you and harder for your opponent. Another thing about gem race is you are actually able to use the hammer on the opposing players on your own blocks in gem race. And the reason for that is because you are building on the same map. So this is going to be the map. This is basically it. It's only one map. It's first to get 4 gems. If you don't get 4 gems, it's obviously whoever has the most. And if you both have the same amount of gems, it does come down to a 30-second tiebreaker. If no one has the same amount of gems at the end of that, then it is going to be the tie. So again, it does come down to a lot. It kind of comes down to the player's skill, their building, and also kind of luck with those gem spawns. Because if you are able to get, let's say, this gem first, and then the next one spawns right here, you're going to have a super duper easy time getting 2 in a row, and that's already half the gems that you need to win. If you get even luckier and you kind of get a gem like in the middle, and then your opponent is somewhere off in the distance, then you could also capitalize, get another gem, and maybe just keep going from there, stringing those gems along. Because if your opponent is far away, but the gem does spawn closer to you, then you do have a pretty immense advantage. Now, another thing is also you can press R to tactically reset. Now, this has a bigger benefit in gem race than does in normal, because if you do get a gem, say in this bottom right corner, and the next gem is all the way over here, if you and your opponent are basically over here, or your opponent's over here, and you're the one who grabbed that gem, you could press R, tactically reset, and then you're like closer than your opponent, or if you were all the way over there. So it does kind of come down to strategy with doing that as well. So again, this is the map. This is the map we're playing on. You have both players' items on here. Blue player 1 is almost maxed out, with player 2 only using about a little less than half of their capacity right now. But again, it doesn't really come down to how much you use. It comes down to how you use it, how you place them, and how lucky you are with those gem spawns as well. Again, I do like it, even though there is a factor of luck, because it is a different game every time. Sometimes the less skilled player can beat the better skilled player because of that. So it does make it exciting. It does even come down to a lot of close games that sometimes do depend on the gem spawn. So as you see here, first gem is going to be in that lower left hand middle area. And it does look like it's going to be a hard one to get, as we do have those spike balls coming in. And again, the gems do respawn after 30 seconds. So it does not look like anyone is going to be able to grab this first one, because it is getting despawned, but it spawns right next to the original location. So someone should be able to grab this one. Does not look like the spike balls will kind of prohibit anyone from doing that. And now we do have player 2 grabbing their first gem. As you see, we do have that next gem up by this blue in the top middle left area. Player 1 does even up the score right there. Next gem is going to be all the way at the other side of the map, all the way on that right hand side. So maybe it is kind of better to take the high road on this. If you are able to make it past those spike blocks, you do again have to time your jump a little bit smoother, as we do see player 2 starting to struggle with that. Player 1 also trying to get that. However, they take the cannon. Very clever strategy. However, that gem is going to be despawning in just a short while. I think, yeah, so it just respawned. It is under that player 1, but they did not see it, I believe. Took the wrong road, and now they are all the way down at the bottom. So they had a wide open gem right there. However, now it does look like this is going to be a little bit closer than we expected. That gem is also going to be respawning in about 5 seconds. So if they do want to have a chance at getting that gem, they're going to have to do it fast. However, they're not able to get it. And now that last and final gem is going to be on that green area right there. Can player 2 get it? Do they see it? Do they even see it? It looks like they're trying to do some crazy wall jump. Ooh, but they were not able to get it in time. So I think there's only about 15 seconds left on this gem. And if no one gets it in that amount of time, then it actually does respawn even in the tiebreaker. So that's not going to be a gem that is there for the whole time. Now, again, that beginning part of this map, it looks extremely difficult. Both players are struggling with it, which is really the main reason why no one has been able to complete this map. I don't even see where the next gem spawned in. So there's that. Maybe if someone pops up, oh, it is in that bottom right corner. Bottom right by that purple. No one able to get that one again because that beginning area was too tough to kind of navigate through. So I'm not sure who did that, but again, that is what you see when you make a map too hard, is that no one's able to win, or someone is kind of able to maybe break through. But again, those gems were spawned very far apart on each time, and the time just kept running out even when players were getting close. So again, as you see, these maps can still come down to it. They could make it very close, especially at the end. So yeah, sometimes you do just gotta make sure that you are on point at all times. And again, we will get another room code going for you guys in just a second. So the room code is going to be PRMT for the room code. And again, Thank you guys for watching with us and playing with us today. We really do appreciate it. We do like when we have especially new faces coming by, but returning faces are just as good because then we do get to know who you are. We do see you as a loyal patron of Black Rocket. So thank you guys for tuning in. We do have another Gem Race game coming in for you guys. So we will see what our players decide to go with. Last time we did have the spike balls kind of putting a big impact on the game. And we also did have the switch block, I believe. So we do have those making their return. And both players do still have yet to select the map. Both players also only picking one similar item, and that is going to be the switch block. So they have seen it used today. It looked like it was used a lot. It was used in the normal games. I believe it was used in the fast match, and it was also used in the gem race. So pretty intense. And again, we do have player 2 selecting Pipe Jungle as their map. Player 1, let's see if they end up selecting. They do select Sidewalk Hustle. So Sidewalk Hustle, if we get Sidewalk Hustle, I will explain a little bit about it. So Sidewalk Hustle is a map that is very wide. So on a map like Pipe Jungle, it's kind of a square. However, with Sidewalk Hustle, it's going to be more of a very long rectangle shape. So as you see, here's the beginning, and then the end is all the way down here. So what this means is that there's a bigger random factor or a bigger ceiling to kind of win by randomness or lose by randomness because of the fact that if, say, there's let's say that there's a wall here, okay, or a block or something that's preventing both of you from getting through, and you're able to get through it first. If the gems basically spawn on this side of the map, you will win before your opponent even has a chance to make it over there. Especially if they spawn in this location, because it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spawn super close together without even having to go through sort of a map obstacle like this. They're kind of just out in the open. So you do have to make sure that you kind of stick with your opponent, and again, you do have to make sure that you are using R to tactically reset if you are able to get a gem over here. You are all the way over here on the map, and you do have to get back to the beginning. So you do got to watch out for that. You do have to make sure you are doing a good job. You do have to make sure you are paying attention as well. So again, we are down to about 30 seconds left. And then we will get started on this map. And again, both players do build on the same map. So there is a lot more items than before, with both players nearly maxing out their item capacity. So this map is almost at capacity right here. And here we have it. We are getting underway right now. And we will see both our players. We will see how they fare on this gem race map. So again, we do have player 1 is going to be silver. Player 2 is going to be yellow. First gem. Let's see where it did decide to spawn. Okay, so it's not too far. However, again, it's super duper hard to kind of make your way through this map. Again, with only 9 seconds, 8, 7, 6, 5 seconds remaining, I'm not even sure if our player is going to be able to grab that gem, and they aren't. They're not going to be able to grab that gem. So it did respawn. Let's see if we can find out where it spawned. It spawned more towards the center, or more towards the beginning. So again, gem spawned right in the beginning right there. Super lucky break for player 2. Able to kind of get a clean gem right off the bat. Next gem spawned again, very close to them. However, it does look like player 1 was making their way back. I'm not sure. It does look like they are getting stuck. So again, if I was player 1 right here, I would use R to tactically reset. However, we do have player 2 right now trying to get the wall jump. Let's see if they are able to get it, because it is going to come down to them getting the second gem or possibly time, because it does look like, ooh, player 1 now sliding in very quickly. However, that gem did respawn. It did respawn pretty close though, however, so if they are lucky, if they are quick, they will be able to get it. They just can't make any mistakes. Ooh, and they got taken out because of the slow-mo. Again, the slow-mo slows down you, but it does not slow down the item. So that spike ball was still coming in fast, while player one was not able to even react to it because, again, they were stuck in slow-mo. Now, oh, they also get taken out by the spike balls right as they were about to get their first gem. Next gem in the same exact area with only 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and then you get taken out by a vacuum. So player two is gonna be able to squeak by. I don't even know if they left the spawn area, but they were able to get that one gem, and that actually sealed their victory. So again, as you could see, with those gem spawns, could either help or hurt you. Definitely hurt player one right there, because it gave player two basically a free gem, and then also gave player one some rough spawns that they were not able to get around. So again, big game right there. Shout out to both of our players. And again, we will get another game going for you guys in just a moment. And the room code is going to be BHXZ. So if you do want to play, make sure you go to play, private, join, and then type in the room code BHXZ. And you will get an opportunity to play. So here we have a normal game coming up for you guys. So normal, again, we already played one, but there are 4 small gems that spawn on the map, 1 big gem. You have to get all 4 gems before you get the big gem. Both players put items down on their own map. They build their own map. You play player 1's map first, and then you play player 2's map. You are only able to use your hammer on the opposing player's map. You are not able to use it on your own map. And you do get point bonuses based on how fast you get the gems on either map. So if you do get 4 gems very slowly, or if you get all 5 gems very slowly on the first map, let's say in the last 30 seconds, but then on the second map the other player is able to get 4 gems, only 4 gems, or only 3 gems sometimes, in lightning speed, and you are not able to get any, then they will actually win that map. So the point bonuses are pretty important. You do got to make sure you get the gems very, very quickly. And yeah, there you go. That is the rundown. So that was our little draft phase rundown of how to play. And then we do have our blocks. So we do have the login key, one-way block, ice block, bat, and flamethrower on pipe jungle for the map. So we are going to get started with the build phase in just a second, and we do. So here we go. What do we got? We do see, of course, we see our 4 gems. These are not going anywhere. They're the same on both maps. So it really does come down to how well on your map you're able to kind of make a path for you while blocking off your opponent. And then the opponent, same deal. So you have to get through your opponent's map at least as fast as them, but also faster than they got through your map. So it does come down to a lot. It is pretty complicated, especially with the time bonuses for the points. But you guys should be able to handle it. It should not be too difficult. So here we do have player 2. I believe that may lock them in, those one-way blocks. They may have to rotate those one-way blocks in order to kind of be able to get out of that location. Because if they do jump up, they will not be able to get back down. However, player 1 on that map will be able to get back down because they are able to use their hammer. So again, you can only use your hammer on the opposing player's map. That's just how it is. So you really don't want to kind of block yourself in or do anything crazy because, again, it can get tough. So we do have player 2 making a lot of close areas, a lot of close calls, like this one right here with that ice block. Oh, they did block it off completely. So they did put that key somewhere. I'm not sure where they even hit it. They may have hit it behind one of these one-way blocks, but I'm not sure which one. If that is the case, that would be smart. However, it does actually look like it's all the way up here. Let's try to figure out. Yeah, so that's gonna be all the way up here. And that's what we got. So as you can see, we can actually see both players and what they're building. So we see player 1 right here going pretty heavy on the locking keys, doing some one-ways. They even got a bat, couple flamethrowers, or 4 flamethrowers now. So they're going pretty heavy with the flamethrowers. And now as you see player 2, they got the ice blocks, which were also kind of blocked off by the locks. They have the one-ways. They have the locking key in the top right. They got a flamethrower. They got a lot of flamethrowers down in that bottom right corner. And then they got some ice blocks to kind of make it more difficult to wall jump. So I like that strategy. Or maybe that'll make it maybe easier to wall jump. I'm not really sure. However, they do want to block off this area because now they put the bats down. So there's no way that anyone's going to get through there. I don't care. You are not getting through there. You will have to go upwards. You will have to kind of get up on the blue, go up on the yellow, and then kind of get over here to get that last gem. However, that again is the last gem, so you can still get all 4 gems very quickly. There's another quick little overview of the final map, and we will get right into it. So here we go. We do start on player 1's map first. So here we go. We are going to see how our players fare. We got player 1 is going to be the green. Player 2 is going to be the yellow. So we're just going to get a very, very zoomed out view, kind of see what the players are feeling, kind of see where they're heading. And yeah, both players do have yet to grab a gem. Looks like player 1 may have been a little stuck. Is that where the key is? That is where the key is. So our player 1 was able to grab their first gem because they did grab the key. Player 2 looks like they are having a little bit of trouble right now. They will have to drop down to get that gem. Let's see if they do it. Ooh, they were not able to get down. So they unfortunately missed out on grabbing that one gem. They were just centimeters away, pixels away on my screen from being able to grab that gem. Now we do have both players. Player one looking for their second, and they do get their second. Player 2 still looking to get on the board right now. So again, they do have that hammer. If they do choose to use it, they may be able to get a gem or 2 out of it by breaking those lock blocks. Ooh, however, it does look like they fell for the trap that player 1 set for them with that key block. We have seen players do that in the past where if you do get that key block, it will kind of hurt you instead of helping you. So you do have to make sure that you do watch out. However, again, it's a lot easier for the player who put it down to kind of do that and to kind of say that. But we do see player 1 sneaking in, grabbing 4 gems, not really able to grab the big gem. They did not have enough time. But that's not too big of a point total, really. So player 2 still in comeback territory right here, but they do have to move fast. Again, I did look at that. And it looked pretty tough to get through, especially with the bats that have been placed all around. So we are going to try to figure out how anyone is going to be able to get through this. But player 1, it looks like, took the correct route out. And now they do have to break that, and they do break it. So they do break a block, so now they are able to keep on moving. Does, again, look like player 2 may have made their map a little bit too hard for themselves right now. It does look like that is going to be the icing on the cake, maybe. Where is player 2? Player 2 still going for it. Player 1 is able to grab their second gem. I'm not even sure what gem they grabbed. It may have been that one all the way in the bottom right corner because they did respawn, so maybe they did get hit by the flamethrower at the end. But again, very tough map here coming in. Looks like player 2 is gonna use their hammer maybe and try to get through. So again, that is actually blocked off for player 2 right here. Player 1 should be able to use their hammer. Maybe they used it too much. But again, unless you are able to break the hammer here, break the block here and then break that block, you are not going to be able to get through there. So again, It's pretty tough when you do kind of trap blocks in, especially on yourself, because the opponent is going to be able to break that. And we do see player 1 able to come out with the victory, getting 3 gems on player 2's map, with player 2 not being able to get any. So that is what happens when you do make your map a little bit too tough, because again, the opponent player is going to be able to break blocks, while you are unfortunately kind of just stuck there. So you do got to watch out for that. And maybe we will get 1 or 2 more games going for you guys. So the room code is actually going to be AW. Oh, wait, no. It's AWVV. So it's kind of like that. So we have AWVV is going to be the room code. So it kind of looks like AW with 2 W's. So very interesting, very exciting. So again, if you guys do want to play, if you guys do want to hop in, you just go to play, private, join, AWVV. And this is going to be a fast match. So you got fast match underway right now. About 30 seconds to build. As you see, we do have a different variety of blocks than we did last fast match. Player 1 going pretty heavy on the sticky blocks. Player 2 having yet to put anything down. Maybe they choose not to, because again, it's kind of tough. Especially if you are someone who does put a little bit too much down. Maybe you put a little bit too much down, makes it too hard for you, and then you kind of just get stuck there. So we do have player 2 put some stuff down. Looks like about four or five robots, maybe a sticky block in there. But again, this does work like normal, where we do play each map. So we are going to get started with player 1's map, and then we are going to transition over to player 2's map. Again, I'm not even going to bother checking. Actually, I will check. Player 1 is green, player 2 is yellow. I was going to say, because the games go by so quick, that we would just find out who gets the gem after when they do grab it. But again, maybe no one will grab this gem, because it does look pretty tough to navigate those sticky blocks right now. Again, the sticky blocks makes it hard to jump, because you kind of gain velocity. Also, you can't really kind of limit your jump. You kind of just go really fast. And you all, again, get stuck. So you don't really land at the exact spot you want. Could make it very, very difficult. So we do have here our second map. This is player 2's map. Looks like both players, looks like player 1 especially struggling with those robots. Those robots at the beginning can be pretty tough to kind of navigate through. However, once you do get past them, you should be good to go for the rest of the map, except that final robot at the end. And we do see player 1 almost being able to grab it. However, they missed their wall jump, and then they were taken down by a robot. So this is going to end up in a tie. And we are going to get one more game for you guys. We will finish it up. Maybe we will get another fast or gem race going in for our big finale. So we will. So if you guys do want to play, try to make a fast game. We will get going. We do like the speed. We do like the excitement. Fast like Turbo. Fast like Dash from The Incredibles. Fast like the Flash. And we will get going. The second I get a room code for you guys, I will put it in here. So again, it is going to be XFJB. Oh. XFJB as the room code. Sorry about that. I think I hit my Windows key. And then everything just went out of control from there, because Windows key is great. So we do have last game of the day, fast match. Here we go. We will see who's victorious. We got some cannons being put down. Oh my god. We have an enormous amount of cannons being put down right now. Let's see if anyone is able to use those to the advantage, or if they are being used as sort of a delay or a distraction. So we are going to get started in about one more second. So we are going to be playing on player 1's map first. That is the one with all those cannons down. We are going to see how that either helps or hurts them. Oh, it does look like we have green and yellow, so this may be a rematch of our last game right now. Player unfortunately taking the cannon and going all the way to the other side, but they did fortunately use their tactical respawn. They are making their way around. Should have a clean open look at it. They do get stuck in the cannon. Will they be able to grab that gem? Not even sure where player 2 went. Player 2 may have accidentally fired themselves off to the other side of the map. But here we do have the final map of the day. So if player 2 wants any chance of a comeback, they're going to have to go fast. However, they are stuck in that cannon, so that is going to inhibit things a little bit. Now we do have player 1 taking the high road with a clean, very, very quick victory. So that was the last match of the day. Shout out to everyone for watching. Again, if you have not subscribed, make sure you do hit that subscribe button. We go live every day at 4 p.m. Eastern time, and then we are also posting some more videos up there. We are posting replays of the VODs, so make sure you guys do stay tuned for that. And again, registration has been opened, so make sure you guys do also look into that. You may have to go through your school at first, but we will be updating our website to help you guys out a little bit more in the future. So again, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys same time tomorrow. Adios.